right? So actor ID they have made as a primary key for the table actor. So actor ID, actor name, act gender, correct? So actor ID they made as a primary key. Next is director, director ID, director name, director phone. So director ID is the primary key for the director entity for this table. Movies, movie ID, movie title, movie year, movie language, and director ID. Movie ID is the primary key for the movies table, right? The underlined part, which for which attribute we make the underline, that attribute we say it as a primary key. This is how we're going to notify that attribute as a primary key, right? For foreign key, we're not going to do anything. So while designing the relation schema, there we're going to show which is a foreign key and which is the primary key. But in this schema, they are just directly give the primary key, not the foreign key, right? Based on how we're going to create the relation between the table, according to that, we're going to make which attribute is acting as a foreign key. Correct. So next is movie cast, actor ID, movie ID, and role. Combination of these two becomes the primary key for the movie cast. Then ratings, movie ID, then review stars. This is for the rating entity table, right? After constructing all this one, after inserting the values, we're going to perform these 5 queries on the constructed table, right? First, we're going to see how to construct the table, inserting the values and what are the constraints we're going to add to the table. Later, we will discuss the queries. Right. This is schema diagram, right? So actor, director, movies, movie cast, and ratings. Whatever the schema they have given, whatever attributes and the entities, related entities they have given, just we're going to create in the form of table. Actor, actor ID, actor name, actor gender. Actor ID is the primary key. In the same way, director, director ID, director name. Whatever they have given in the this right in the schema diagram. In the schema diagram, in this schema, we're going to represent in the form of diagram. Director, director ID, director name, director phone, movies, movie ID, all these things we have created in the form of tables. Now we have to identify which table or which attribute is acting as a foreign key and which attribute is acting as a primary key, right? So here in this actor table, we have made actor ID as a primary key, means all other tables which having actor ID, which a different other table, if it is having the actor ID, that should not act as a foreign key. It will not act as a foreign key. Sorry, a primary key. It will act as a foreign key. So, for example, see here, actor ID, it is acting as we have taken this actor ID of this actor table as a primary key, means other actor ID here in the movie cache we have same attribute name actor ID. It should not act as a primary key because you already made this actor ID as a primary key for the table actor. So this acting as a foreign key now. Correct. Now director ID we made it as a primary key. So this director ID of the movies table will be acting as a foreign key. Correct. So we're going to make this director ID of the director table as a primary key. Director ID of the movies are acting as a foreign key. Now movie ID. So if we can't make it as a primary key because we already have one more primary key in the table movie cast, right? So we have already made this movie ID of the movie table as a primary key. So this one acting as a foreign key, and this is also acting as a foreign key for the table reading. How to show in the diagram? The arrow mark towards the it is pointing out towards this attribute, right? This is acting as a primary key. So the arrow mark towards which is towards the primary key. This is primary key, and this is the foreign key. In the same way, the actor ID. This is a foreign key, and this is primary key, right? This is how we have to create the schema diagram by seeing this schema for the given V database, right? Now we are going to create the table, right? So for creating the table, what is the statement? Create table name. Table name is we are going to create first table as actor, means actor, and followed with the attributes. Actor ID integer, actor name varchar of 20, then act gender character. You can do either one or you can skip that one because the size of the character is 1 bit only. Right, so 1 bit only. Just this primary key. So for this table, which is the primary key? Actor ID. Right, this is the one simple example for creating the table. For table which is having a foreign key, same thing, but we have to add one more statement, one more addable statement we have to do, right? Foreign key, which tables we want to make as foreign key. Director ID is attribute for references director ID, right? This is how we have to create the table. Next question is what? For which table we want to insert the value first, right? For which table we want to insert the value first. Either we can go with the in the sequential order. Can we add the values to the actor table first? See, this is the primary key. We don't have any other foreign key in this table, actor table. So obviously we can insert the value first to this actor table. Why means we don't have any other attribute which is acting as a foreign key in this table actor. If any other attribute is acting as a foreign key, means for foreign key we have to give the values which is the same value we are given in the primary key. So here no foreign key is there, no foreign key attribute is there. So directly we can insert the value to the table actor first. Second, same thing, there is no foreign key in the director table, so we can directly insert the value to the director table. Third, movies, we have a director ID which is acting as a foreign key and movie ID which is acting as a primary key. So primary key is no issue. By inserting the value, the issue only comes with the foreign key, not with the primary key. So director ID, we already have the value because we already inserted the value for this director ID for the table director. The same value we can use here in the director ID. Correct? So movie ID, we're going to give the value. That this movie ID value we're going to use in this table, movie cast table, because this movie ID acting as a foreign key and this actor ID acting as a foreign key here. So this value we can use here, the value which is given in the actor table, those values we can use here. Then movie ID, already we have created here. We already have the value for the movie ID for the movies table, the same value we can give here. So no need of checking in sequential order, we can insert the value. We can insert the value first to the actor table, director table next, third movies, fourth movie cast, and fifth is rating. Right? How to insert the values? This is the statement we're going to use to insert the values. Before that, if you want to check what are the constraints or how is the description of the table which you have created, right? To check that one, we have used the command called description actor. So it's going to describe, not indicating that this attribute is acting as a primary key. Foreign key, it will not display like anything like this here in this part. Okay. Then what is how to insert the value? Insert into table name values followed with the attribute values. Right. For varchar, for string type, we're going to enclose. We are going to insert the value within enclosed. With a single quote, we're going to give that one. Right. In the same way, we are going to insert the values for the each table. My suggestion is that for each table, we have to insert minimum 5 values. We have to insert minimum 5 values. And how we have to insert the values depending upon the queries. Right? If the query is, if you want to retrieve some values from the table means, we have to insert the value in such a manner that the query can execute on the table. Okay? And to check that, what are the values we have inserted for each table? So the command is select star from actor, select star from director, select star from movies, then the select star from movie cast, select star from rating. These are the values we have inserted in this table.